Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be a little random act of kindness surprise I got from my friend Shantae. She has her own Instagram channel, which I will be linking down below in the description box. I've really been trying to get better about updating things in the description box, and I have my personal, not my personal, because I don't have a personal Instagram, but I do have my Instagram, which is spelled the same way it is here, Crazy About Candles, linked in the description down below. So if you're following me on here and not on there, I tend to post things on there earlier than I do here, and I do just go more in depth here, really, is what I do. But if you don't know Shantae, she is a big lover of pear scents, and so am I. Pear is one of my favorite fruit oils in wax, and there's so many different kinds of pear. My favorite pear scent ever is Prickly Pear and Sugarcane from Bath & Body Works. It's such a beautiful, sour, tart, rich, juicy pear scent that I just can't get enough of it. Sadly, it failed tests, and it hasn't tested since it's failed, but I do have a backup of it, and I have one I currently have chopped up. But the only reason I'm bringing any of that up is because we're pear buddies, or as I like to call it, we're pear pals. Because I love alliteration. I love it when things start with the same letter and everything. To me, it just makes things flow better. I like the way it sounds. It's just very appealing to me. So she's my pear pal, and she was just supposed to send me one thing, and she really did shock me, because I was looking over my whole house for my package, because the person, house sitting for us said I got a package in, and I was like, well, I don't see it. We pulled a package in, which is the other thing I had to film, and I won't mention that again, just letting you know I do have another package to film. And I was like, well, that's not it, because it said it was from a different seller or whatever. It was from not a different seller, it was from a D-stash I bought, so it was from a seller. So I'm like, well, I don't see an envelope anywhere. Like, I was just expecting, one thing. She really did, surprise, she really did shock me. I was freaking oblivious. There was like a box on my, in my mom's bedroom. She has like a really big TV stand where, and it's out of sunlight. Pretty much our whole house has windows in it, which is pretty annoying, especially when it gets to be summer. But long story short, it was up there, and I thought it was just hers, and so does she. She has the bright idea to actually take it down and look, and it was addressed to me. And I didn't know who had sent it until I looked at it. I was like, oh my god. I hope she didn't just waste all this box on one scent. I hope she didn't send me that much. Because I was really starting to feel bad. I was like, oh my god, that's such a big, it was a big FedEx box. It's like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Long story short, I opened the box, and I was just, I was shocked, because I'm oblivious. I really am, because I'm one of those people that I'm like, well, she said she was gonna send me one thing. I hope she really didn't, waste all this packing stuff on this one thing. I mean, it would have been fine in a padded flat rate envelope, because I ship with padded flat rate envelopes and all that. So I was like, it should be fine. Little did I know she'd send me all of this. So I'll save what she was supposed to send me originally. What's it called, at the very end, and I'm going to leave a timestamp down below for when the haul actually starts, which is going to be like now. So I mean, I don't know why I'll even do it, but anyway, let's go ahead and start with this little thing she sent me. It's a little pear. It's a little hollowed out pear, and I am going to be using this as like decor, because I thought this was so cute. This is the first thing I opened after I opened the letter, which was really sweet, and I've already told her, in private thank you. I've already thanked her on Instagram, because it really did touch me getting all this, pear stuff from my favorite pear pal. So I got this cute like little pear piece. I'm gonna call it my little pear piece. And I am gonna be using it as decor, because I do think it's really lovely. The one thing I don't have to show is a tea light warmer she sent me, because I've never used tea lights before, and she really loves tea light warmers. And it's a really pretty white. I don't know what material it is, but it's a white warmer, and it's got little holes throughout it. It's got little cutouts, and it's very beautiful when it's lit up, and I have it going in my bedroom currently. Otherwise, I would show it. She sent me 4 packs of little tea lights, and the reason one's missing is because I'm currently using it. So just imagine that warmer. I'm sure I'll show you in another haul sometime soon, but those are the first 2 things. Then I'll go ahead and get into things that aren't really wax specifically first, I guess. So I got this watercress and pear room spray, which is a Bath & Body Works concentrated room spray. I had no idea that this was even a thing. This sucker, I swear. You really do get that watercress, which is a very weird note. I don't see a lot of vendors or candle companies using watercress in wax. And it's such a fresh, clean, watery scent without it being like cologne or salty sea air. It's very refreshing, almost borderline spa-like. And I am definitely, I have decided what kind of pear this reminds me of. This is definitely more of like a fresh picked, fresh sliced pear. Such a beautiful scent. And then she sent me this whopping 14.5 ounce candle. And this is an Everyday Luxe brand candle in spiced poached pear. This one I was not able to find scent notes on anywhere. So pardon me on that, guys. I don't have any scent notes for it. So this is all just going to be cold sniff. This smells like you reduced pears in a saucepan with some brown sugar, right? And then right after that, what you did is you made like a pear crumble, pretty much. And you took, you made the crumble, you spread it on top of the reduced pears. I do get like a slight kind of alcohol note in the background. Almost kind of like cinnamon rum raisin from Bath and Body Works kind of alcohol rum note-ish. In here, that's what I'm kind of getting from this. It's a very beautiful pear crumble scent. I can't really describe it better than that. Like you reduced pears. It's not like fresh pears you just threw in there. It's like you reduced that stuff in some brown sugar and rum first, and then you put the streusel topping on top. So I really need to get moving on into this. So the fragrant crumbles and sweet pear crisp. And I wrote the scent notes on everything else. This is baked pear, apple, and honey spices. This was so weird. They don't mention any kind of bakery note, like a actual crisp topping or anything. But this one I do actually get like a nice bakery note from. Not cupcake or cake, but almost borderline pie crust-ish. Such a nice scent. You do get a lot of that, like, it smells like wildflower honey too. It's not like a fruity honey, it's not like a perfumey honey, it's not any of those. It's not super sugary sweet either. It's almost like a floral honey dripping on top of it, and you do get a nice amount of spice, but it's like baking spices, and the spiciness is very minimal. Not as minimal as, this one where it's like I don't really get any spice from this. This one's just more minimal. You really do get the bakery aspect first and foremost with the floral-y honey with a baked pear note. It's actually a beautiful combo. Moving on, we have Destination Wax Zucchini Red Pear, which is zucchini bread made with juicy red pears, not spicy. Now I know I like Destination Wax Zucchini Bread because I do not like my zucchini bread spicy. This is that nice creamy zucchini bread that Nana Makes Sense and Super Tarts have, at least in my opinion. Such a beautiful scent, and I'm always excited to be able to try more things from Destination Wax because I'm starting to really find myself liking more and more of all this. Like most of the stuff I've melted so far from Destination Wax, I've loved. So, and this was one I was really wanting to order with my first order. So, it just really, it worked out, and I have about a third of a cent shot and a little piece right there. So that's perfect for me to get like a one-time melt. See if I like it, and I do really like it on cold, and I'd be shocked if I didn't like it while it was melted. The next one we have is one I've always wanted to get from Walmart, and it's Pear Blossom Tea, which it has quite a long list of notes. Crisp greens, lemon, pear blossoms, fresh apples, sugared musk, and vanilla bean. I'm not getting any vanilla bean, not getting any citrus or apple. This is the sister scent to White Pear and Tea from Bath and Body Works. White Pear and Tea, while it has more of that crisp white tea that makes it very like pretty, I think white tea just makes fragrances smell very pretty. This has more of a distinct pear blossom over fresh picked pear kind of feel. So it is a little bit more floral, and it's crisp in a different way. I do agree that it does have a slight greenery undertone without it being like arugula lettuce greenery like that. It's a very beautiful, weird scent almost, but it works. And they would be like sister scents. If we're using Sasha's kind of terminology for it, they're not like cousins. They're not like they're not like that. They're like siblings where one got more of its dad's side and the other sibling got more of its mom's side. Pretty much is how I would word it. It's a very beautiful combo nonetheless. Next we have, again, and that's also from Better Homes and Gardens, this is First Woodland Frost, which is from Walmart. Again, this is Bosque Pear, Golden Apple, Spearmint, Garden Mint, and Pear Blossoms. Now this one, I do really pick up on that I do get more of, I don't really get spearmint more than I do get that fresh picked garden mint kind of variety of mint. It's not spearmint, it's not peppermint, it's not peppermint fluff kind of mint. It's specifically that fresh picked authentic mint. Doesn't smell like bubblegum or anything. And I do have to admit, I do get a pretty good blend of a pear and an apple with floral, but I don't really get more floral than I do like woodsy undertones. It smells like the outdoors kind of feel. So in order, I really get more of that garden mint with the pear apple kind of combo, like pear and apple trees. Like it smells like you're walking through a pear and apple tree facility, whatever, you know what I mean. That's what it kind of reminds me of. It's more like a conceptual scent, I guess. Like, I don't know. It is a very nice combo. Next we have a Scentsy bar, which I've never tried anything from Scentsy wax. The only thing I have is a brick in ginger and spruce. So this is going to be really fun to try some more stuff from Scentsy. It's Winterberry Apple Tea, which the notes are winter tea, cranberries, apple, and honey. I'm surprised this one doesn't mention any kind of spice at all, because while it's not super heavy on spice, don't get me wrong, it smells almost like you took cranberries, right? Like a cran apple juice, really, not fresh, but a cran apple juice that has like low amounts of sugar, not like super sugary. And it smells like you put it in a crock pot and you put some cinnamon sticks specifically, but only like 1 or 2, not too many, but like 1 or 2 sticks. And that's like what this is reminding me of. I'm honestly not getting any like distinct tea note, and to be honest, I'm not really getting any honey necessarily. On cold, I am getting like a vague sweetness, but I wouldn't be able to say, oh, that smells like honey. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't smell like a fruity honey. It's not floral. It doesn't remind me of any of the honeys that I've smelled or tasted. So I wouldn't have picked out honey, but I will admit it does have like a light vague sweetness in the background that's not coming from the cranberry or apple, because it smells like a cran apple juice that has a low amount of sugar in it. Like not sugar free, not plain, but like a reduced sugar. That's what I'm trying to say. With like 2 cinnamon sticks in it, and you're putting it in a crock pot. Is pretty much what that reminds me of. Next we have these herbal melts from another company I've always wanted to try. In Swan Creek's honey-soaked apple herbal melts. This one is seeming like it's going to be a family favorite, y'all. My mom, my grandma, my brother, well, not really my brother as much, but my son Zeus, my little pug, he loves smelling my wax. They all smelt this one and said that they adored this one. So I'm thinking Monday, because my mom even asked to put a cube in her bathroom, and I said, well, I don't know, I think I really like it, so I don't know if I want to be doing all that. But I do think I will let her have a piece Monday, maybe, depending on how generous I feel. Because I really do love this one. This, I don't have scent notes for it, but it is pretty self-explanatory, guys. I didn't feel like I needed scent notes for this. This apple note is not Mac apple. It's not a green apple. To my nose, at least. Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is it's a mix of apples. It's not, well, I don't know. To me, it smells like a Fuji apple, really. Specifically, that's the kind of apple it reminds me of, at least, on cold. That you just kind of dipped in a thick honey, not like a watered down store-bought. Like, it's not the kind of honey you get in a teddy bear that's like mostly corn syrup. It's not like that. This is like thick, fresh honey and Fuji apples. That's honestly the only way I can describe it. I have no other way to describe it, you guys. And then lastly, we have the one that she was supposed to send me. This is the very last thing I have. Is sugared pear pie, which is brandied pear, brown sugars, pecan pie filling, pie crust, and whipped cream. This one, I've missed this one in the last 2 orders I've placed. I've only placed 2 orders with Teddy. And I missed this on both of them. This is such a beautiful scent. Oh my god. This is like the epitome of like pear and bakery. Okay, first and foremost, do I get a pecan nuttiness from this? No. I would say I can see that like brown sugar kind of sweetness from it. And I guess it's a pecan pie filling, so I mean, I'm not getting any pecans or a nuttiness from this. First and foremost, I am getting like an alcohol-soaked pear, but the alcohol is so light that it's barely any stronger than the one that's in here. The Everyday Luxe Spiced Poached Pear. It's just barely more noticeable than that, which is nothing against the scent. I'm just letting you know that's how I'm describing it. It sounded kind of bad when I said it, but it's beautiful. And it's definitely like, it's not a reduced pear. This is like a pear you just put the brown sugar and brandy over and are waiting for it to, you know, kind of, not mellow out, but you're kind of waiting for it to soften up just a little bit and not be so crisp. And then you do get that, I wouldn't have necessarily have said pie crust, but you do get that like almost puff pastry kind of bakery note in here. And honestly, the whipped cream, I don't get any whipped cream, but I do definitely get like an alcohol kind of soaked pear, first and foremost, with a heavy brown sugar, molasses, sweet, like toothache almost sweet. Not quite there where it's like, oh my god, that's so sweet, like I can't even melt that. Like, not like that. But it's almost there. Like, if you were to melt this with like a birthday cake, forget it. Like, that's... I like super sweet scents, so I might like it, but if you're like against super sugary sweet scents, I don't think you would be a fan of it. And then lastly, I really do get that like puff pastry kind of bakery note. I wouldn't have said pie crust, but I do get like almost like a puff pastry kind of vibe. So that's what my pear pal Shantae sent me. I just want to thank you again, like on video. Again, I know I've already sent you. I feel so bad. I sent her like 29 voice messages. Because when I talk to friends, I send so many different voice messages. It's ridiculous. But especially when I'm super excited about something like this, it really did just touch me, and I'm just so thankful and appreciative that, you know, I found someone who loves pear as much as I do, and I'm just really excited to be able to try out some of these companies and, you know, try out some more waxes. I've never tried anything from Swan Creek. I've never tried Crossroads. I've never melted anything here. I have tried Teddy, I have tried Scentsy. I've done some Better Homes and Gardens before, not those ones. I have tried Destination Wax, but not this one. And how did I not know that this was even a thing? Like, this must have been like right before my time at Bath & Body Works, because I got into Bath & Body Works of like fall of 2017. So I guess this one must have been out around that time, and it just sold out in my area, maybe? I don't know. But this is a gorgeous scent. They're all beautiful. If I had to pick a favorite, which would be very hard for me to do, I would probably have to say it has to be Sugared Pear Pie with Watercress and Pear very closely behind. But that Honey Soaked Apples, I don't know. So I'm going to end the video off here. If you're not following Shantae, do yourself a favor. She has some of the most beautiful haul pics. And not just haul pics, but her pictures themselves are just so beautiful. And she tries a lot of different vendors. She has a lot of like Etsy vendors on her page as well. Pardon me. And she posts a lot of like what she's melting, you know, and she does have a lot of tea light warmers that are just beautiful in her pictures. I don't know how she gets her pictures to look as pretty as she does, but if you aren't following her, I'm being very serious. If for nothing else, her pictures are beautiful. So make sure you're following her and interacting with her on her Instagram, because her stuff is just so beautiful, and I just can't. And she also does, you know, I don't know, just the way she words scent sometimes is like, dang it, I'm gonna need to buy that. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the video off here. I don't know what else to say other than thank you again, Shantae. Again, her link will be in the description box. All you do is click the link, it'll take you over to her Instagram. My Instagram is also going to be linked down below. And if y'all have scent notes for this Everyday Luxe Spiced Poached Pear, let me know, because I spent the better part of about 30 minutes trying to find this, and I couldn't find it anywhere. So I think I'm going to go ahead and end the video off here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day. Bye.